Good morning. Hi everyone. Welcome back to IVF and 45. My name is Free. So I'm up here to give you guys a quick update. I'm at the laundromat. So today is January 4th, 2024. No, it's February 4th, 2024. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm coming or going. So I wanted to come up here and share with you guys a quick update. Today is Sunday. Last week, Wednesday, I went to my doctor's, my IVF clinic in Sarasota. And everything seemed to have gone well. They thought that possibly I was ovulating. They seen some fluid somewhere in there when they did the ultrasound, and they said I probably would not be able to have my transfer. So I was distraught. I was, because I'm exhausted. And you know, like in my previous video, I ovulated last month on my own through the medication, so they had to cancel that transfer. So this time I was just having, you know, a meltdown because I didn't want to throw away another cycle. All right. So that was Wednesday. My nurse got the head nurse practitioner to speak to me. They put a stat on my blood work, and lo and behold, my progesterone was low. My LH was really low. So it looks like I hadn't ovulated. So I had to go back on Thursday to do my HCG wash, and also for my husband to do his deposit, since we're having a fresh frozen thingamabobber. And I'm trying to collect my thoughts because so much happened. So I left with my instructions. I came back Thursday, did my HCG wash. My husband did his part. Things were looking really, really good. I was supposed to start my progesterone at 11 a.m. So we got something to eat. And by the time we headed back home, I want to say we got on the road, it had to have been maybe 9:45 a.m. So we're driving and we're going home, and, you know, me and my husband are talking, and we're thinking, you know, I'm thinking, finally, it's going to happen on Saturday. You know, everything's going to be fine, and we're going to hopefully stay pregnant. Well, as I'm driving down the highway, about 45 minutes into the drive, because I live 2 hours away from Sarasota, if there's no traffic. If there's traffic, it's 3 hours. And my phone rings from CNY. So it's the coordinator, and she's telling me that my cohort of all 8 eggs did not survive the thaw. I lost it. It took me a minute to really absorb what was happening. I couldn't believe it. I thought she was talking about something else. And then I just was asking questions like, what happened? And, you know, she didn't have an answer for me right then and there. So you could just imagine how I felt. So I'm hysterical, and then I just want answers, and I want to know, what can we do to save this cycle? So she's telling me, no, you know, there's nothing else that they can do. We just have to try again next cycle, and I have to start by picking another donor, or see if my donor had any more eggs available. And it didn't. I mean, she looked, I mean, it was just, it took me a minute to just really, really, really calm down. I was hysterical, and I was, I think, a bit nasty to the lady, as per my husband, because I don't remember exactly all that I said. And it was just a difficult situation. And my husband's trying to keep me calm. So the lady's asking me, did I take my progesterone? My husband said that I told her yes, but I didn't. We were actually getting on the exit 2 because it was 10:45 or 10:40 when she called. So we were getting ready to veer off into the exit. So we wound up stopping in the medium, like that little V-shaped thing when you get ready to go into the exit, there to take the phone call. And the lady asked me, did I take my progesterone? And I'm like, yeah, I guess, and because I was trying to do everything to save the cycle, I guess, in my mind. Like, looking back at it now, it was just a mess. I really don't know. But my husband finally got on the phone with the lady. He snatched the phone from me and told her, no, I had not taken my progesterone yet, that we were actually 6 minutes away from doing so. What could we do? So the lady says, well, let me work on this. I'm going to call you back. So we get off the medium because somebody pulled up behind us on a highway. This is an interstate, and thought that we needed help because we were broken down, and we weren't. So we had to get off the highway. So we start driving back home, and I'm crying, and I'm upset. My husband's telling me to calm down. All things happen for a reason, and God's got control, and I'm just still going off. So I decided that I needed to make phone calls or turn around and go back to Sarasota. And he definitely wasn't about to let me do that. That wouldn't have ended well. So I called, and I was able to reach that same coordinator again. Because, oh no, I skipped the part. So I get a text message to check my portal. And I check my portal, and in my portal there's a list of banked eggs. This is the list of frozen eggs that we have, and see what we could do. And I don't think that we can ship, because my thing was, okay, just ship eggs today. So she told me that my donor no longer was available, and I guess her eggs weren't available anymore. This is a donor that had, when I chose her a couple of months back, she had 48 eggs. How did 48 eggs disappear? I don't know. I'm not the only person choosing eggs and donors, right? So I call her on the phone, and she answered. And I said, listen, I really don't have time right now to go home, get on a laptop, and cross-reference banked eggs and donors on the portal. Like, let's just find a donor while I'm on the phone with you now. And of course, we want a donor that resembles me or my family or whatever the situation is. But bottom line is, what was important to me and my husband has always been important, is genetics. We didn't want someone that was a carrier for a whole bunch of things that we weren't prepared to maybe have to deal with in the future. So we picked, and everybody had something or another that we didn't even know what it was, or whatever the situation is. And me and my husband have had genetic testing, and neither one of us are carriers for anything. And the donor that I had, she wasn't a carrier for anything. So that's why we were happy with her. But again, God has another plan. So I wound up picking another donor who, by the way, is a proven donor, has had positive pregnancy tests from her other retrievals. I think she's got a live child. And she wasn't, they did a 24 panel something or another. I'm just repeating what the lady said, I don't know. And she was okay. So we chose her on the highway, on the way home, real quick and fast. So the coordinator, God bless her soul, worked on that and got it together. So Friday, I go to work, and of course my mind's not on work, because what's important to me is not to ovulate and to get this done as soon as possible so that I don't have to keep going through this. And it might sound like I'm whining or whatever. And it, even sometimes when I hear myself, it sounds that way. But for those of you that don't have it, like, this is taxing on the mind. Like, I'm ready to move on to other regular everyday life stuff, and then this is consumed me. And I just want to have brain space for something else. When your mind is so overwhelmed and hyper focused on one thing, like, you get stressed out, and it's all you can think about, it's all you can eat about, it's all you can sleep about, it's just all. And I'm thinking I'm not getting younger, and I'm getting older, and the energy I'm gonna have to raise another child, just everything. So I had to recenter myself, and I had to allow my husband to talk to me and pray for me, with me, on me, shoot. And come to the realization that God has a plan. You know, when things traumatic happen, you always want to look for somebody to blame. And there's just nobody to blame. You know, things happen. This was a chance that we knew we were taking, right? And I thank God for the medical staff, because the lady was able to bust a move and go ahead and help me. And she did all the things necessary for the donor, for me to get those eggs transferred. And we were signing paperwork on the highway and sending emails and doing all of this other stuff. You know, now my husband's sperm had to be frozen, so he's on the phone with somebody else from the clinic. I'm on the phone with someone else, the coordinator, and we're just trying to get everything straight. Then Friday, you know, I was messaging on the portal and, you know, calling people, trying to figure out what were we going to do. So the doctor, and I don't know if I want to say his name right now, but, you know, Dr. Kiltz, he actually gave me a call himself, which settled me so much, because I felt cared about. I felt important. I felt that what happened wasn't something minimal that they just threw to the back or whatever. He explained to me what happened, and he was like, you know, 9 times out of 10, her eggs just probably were not viable. You know what I mean? And it's better now than later. We don't want to get you pregnant and you have a miscarriage. We don't want you to have any issues. So just basically he was telling me, let's just go with God's plan. And, you know, I'm very, very much grateful. And I'm so glad that I am with CNY, because I don't know if any other place would have cared as much. I haven't been to too many other places, but this situation, you know, and I'm very, very grateful about the way they handled it. So now, situation goes moving forward that eggs will be shipped from Syracuse on Monday. They'll be received in Sarasota on Tuesday. They'll be thawed and fertilized on Wednesday. I'm gonna get a report by Thursday. So Wednesday, the day that they thaw and fertilize, is day 0. Thursday would be day 1. Friday's day 2. So we're looking at a Saturday transfer for day 3 embryos. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to take them to blast. I didn't want to run that chance. I'm not PGTA testing or anything, so what's the point? So that's where we're at. So today's Sunday. I've got to keep myself sane and continue to pray and know that God's in control and he's got my best interest at heart. You know, that he's not going to give me more than I can handle, and that it was in his intentions for us to have this donor. Okay? And for things to happen the way they happen. So I just want to say to you guys and encourage you that I've learned that going through IVF, regardless of what clinic, what world-renowned doctors or whatever, we go into IVF really with a plan, and we shouldn't. Because this is just trial and error. We're going to try everything that we can to get pregnant and hope that, you know, the answer is yes and amen from the Lord. And just keep it that way. Because, I mean, I knew I had a plan. I knew I had a timeline. I knew I had all of this. And God's just taken my plan and just shriveled it up and, like, it's my plan. You know, so I just want to encourage anyone else to hang in there, to keep praying, to hang on to your faith, and to keep going. IVF comes with obstacles, and it comes with not so much obstacles, but adversities, things that we just have to overcome, right? Keep your mind sane. Try not to sweat the small stuff. Let's roll with the punches. You know, I really wish someone would have told me that all of these things were possible. I wish that I knew, and that's why I'm doing my channel, and, you know, and I hope to get more subscribers so that we can go live and I can pick up the phone and talk to other women that are going through this and calm them down and pray for them like my husband did me. And and lo and behold, I had to call the lady back and apologize for my stinking little attitude. I really did. And because it wasn't nice. Like, it's not like she did it on purpose or they did it on purpose. You know what I mean? From what the doctor told me, it just really, really seems like the eggs weren't of good quality. So just imagine that all 7 would have fertilized and all of this nonsense, not non-viable eggs. I would have gone through loss or non-implantation, and that would have really been traumatic. So I thank God for skipping that step for me. I want to encourage you to just hang on, do all you can, and then rest in the Lord. Like, that's it. That's all we could do. I thank God for this process. I thank God for strengthening me. If it wasn't for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I don't know what I would do. And my husband, of course, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he wants me to get off the meds too. But so the plan is now, ladies, progesterone on Wednesday. Keep my medications, and everybody send baby dust and prayers for a successful transfer, hopefully on Saturday, which I believe Saturday might be February 10th. Okay, so that's where I'm at. That's what's happening. It took me a few days to put up this video just because I was overwhelmed. I didn't want to make a negative video. I didn't want to come up here in distress. And I wanted to make sure that the Lord chose my words for me. I'm still in one piece. We're going to make it through this together. And we're just going to keep going. So I wish you guys the best. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video so that, the algorithm picks it up and I'm able to comfort and help and encourage more women. And so that we can finally get on live and we can talk and y'all can hit my phone and hit my email and say, hey, Suzette, I just want to talk, and let's just talk. Sometimes we just want to be heard. And this process, I don't know about y'all, but I don't have anybody else. I don't talk to anybody else. Nobody else knows what I'm going through. I mean, they will if they ever catch on to this video, but hopefully not. Because I don't want to discuss it with anybody else that's not going through what I'm going through. All right. Much love. Thank you, guys. Talk soon. Bye.